Alright, so we're gonna take a look at a game where I implemented the double TC strategy, and we're up against a French player. It is an aggressive game out from the French player, so I wanted to show you how I approached it with the defensive towers and pulling off the double TC boom off the back of that. So I'm just gonna fast forward the opener. If you haven't already, check out the build order I posted recently. And this is just it in action, so you can see what it looks like. And you can kind of try it out for yourself against. I think this build works especially well for English and French. Only difference being against English, you make archers in age 2 to try and hold until you can get to age 3. And against the French, you're probably going to look at aging a lot sooner because you're only making 1 barracks and a couple pikes along with your towers. So we're up against Divine DFP. He's an alternate account. I believe on this account he's just looking to play other civs other than Mongols, and he's using his main just to play Mongols. So we're on King of the Hill. Very popular map for French. I'd say it's a very good map for French as well because obviously look at this tree line. Not only is it quite exposed, but it doesn't last very long until you need to branch out to maybe up here or over here, which gives a lot of raid possibility to French. So we're aging up, sending our Vil across to the berries now. We're going to build a mill, get our wheelbarrow in as soon as possible. There it comes. As soon as we hit the 50 wood, we build that. And then we're going to get wheelbarrow in as soon as possible. So as soon as it's built, taking in wheelbarrow. And this French player does age up a little bit later than what you typically see. But we're now moving across. We know French ages around this time, so we're sending our scout across the map to make sure we know what he's doing and to follow the first French knight that comes out. So the benefit of following the first French knight when it comes out is you'll only have maybe 1-2 pikes depending on how early they get up. So knowing exactly what position that the knight is going to hit you from is really important. So you can have your pikes in the right position here. So we're coming out to stone now. We've gotten our fresh food stuffs in here, and then we've taken all but 2 Vils off of gold onto stone. And the reason we have 2 Vils on gold here is 1, we want the pike upgrade, which we already got. And we also need gold for the arrow slits upgrade as well. So pikes coming out now. I opted to go for a tower before pikes. I didn't see any French knights coming out initially. He was only making scouts, which suggested he's gone professional scouts, which means I could have held off for a little bit longer on my pikes. And I prioritized my tower first. Getting in arrow slits now. And I'm just constantly scouting with this guy to see what he's up to. Now the first knight is coming across, and he's going double archery in the middle of the map. So it will be our priority to drop a few more towers now, or we might go for our TC. I can't remember if we go for our TC before dropping more towers. Like, I knew he wasn't coming down anytime soon, so I think I've just prioritized my TC before the towers, because I knew I wasn't going to be under huge threat. If you see that he's coming across with more knights earlier on and archers a little bit sooner, you can then make the decision, okay, I'm going to build a couple more towers before I put down the TC. But it's just adapting based on the information that you have. So yeah, this build isn't like just a straight step-by-step, you follow these exact steps. You need a scout, use that information, and you can then make decisions on whether you want to go for a TC earlier or later, if you need more towers in the initial stages, or if you only need like 1 or 2. So in this case, I've built my second TC, and then I'm building more outposts on key resource points now, because I know he's going to be coming in anytime soon. I scouted these archery ranges. I'm going to wall off this segment so that no sneaky knights can come through and pick off my villages as well. Quite easy to wall off too, so not a big investment for quite a lot of value. Now I know he's going to be coming from this direction or this direction. So I can now focus all my pikes across in these locations. And I also know he's probably going to come from here or here, so I'm going to prioritize putting my third tower on top of my gold mine here. So we're actually aging before he came in. He knows I have arrow slits, so he doesn't want to come in before rams. And although this is a slightly delayed ram, you'll see that even though this ram comes in, he actually can't do any damage here. So dropping more barracks is now, have a total of 8 pikes, making more in transition. I know he's quite knight heavy, so there's still value in training pikes in transition. And the first ram comes, I decided to upgrade my tower again to have more HP and less siege damage will be done to it. But now as you can see, vills are inside the towers, the archers just can't stand under here, and then the pikes force the ram back. So he can't do much with one ram at the moment. So he's going to wait until he can add some more rams here, adding his second ram here, but we're already on our way up. Second ram coming in now. And we are going to have to abandon this position, but we've got what we need out of this gold mine. We've gotten the age up. We've got enough for a mangonel as well, which is exactly what we need. And then we'll look at pushing him back. Now in this game, I actually did have really bad lag spikes. So you'll probably see here that I mess up my micro a little bit here, but in a second. But it's pretty tough for him to come and kill this mango, but he was going to kill it, so I brought vills to come heal it, get more value out of it, and that was actually the moment I disconnected. So I couldn't actually keep on clicking to repair the mangonel. I believe I would have been able to keep that alive if there was no lag spike there. But you get the idea, use your villagers defensively to heal your mangonels, and just keep your army back on top of your mangonels so cavalry can't come and snipe it. And we're pushing him back. We don't really have the units to deal with him right now. Obviously, men-at-arms aren't that great against knights. And the archers are doing quite well at picking off the pikemen as well. So we're just going to wait until we can get another mangonel out and push forward with that. Maybe not. Maybe I just take this engagement. Loading quite a lot of res, which is not ideal. I should be pumping out units right now. But honestly, at this stage of the game, it's almost over because he's not going up to castle anytime soon. I can build siege on the field, and he can't really do anything to kill it now. He's used his scouts, his knights, to come and try and snipe them before, but he lost more than half of them in the process of doing that. And now there's not really enough stuff to actually kill mangonels. And archers getting dropped down right here. Pikes just staying back to defend the mangonel so the knights can't come and siege it. And it's something you need to be more careful about now, is the lack of mobility that comes with siege. So defending it is even more important than it was before. You can't just pack up and run away. But he's trying to come and dive it. I bring vills to heal so to make sure it doesn't go down, and he's losing units just trying to get that down. But at the end of the day, he got no value out of it. The mangonel is still full HP, and from here it's just pretty much impossible for the French player to do anything. We're going to rebuild our towers, make sure that we're not under threat of knights again. This time we're getting Springald emplacement because we're in Castle Age now, which will do well against knights as well as military land units. Slowly pushing forward with our mangonels. We don't want to keep bleeding out too many pikes pushing forward with this. We want to use our mangonels range to kill off the archers there. And if you saw then, he kept dodging my mangonel shots. If they are dodging your mangonel shots, what I recommend to do is shoot one mangonel and then shoot your other one a little bit later. This means they're going to initially change their pathing when the first shot is done, which will probably dodge that first shot. But if you shoot soon after with the second mangonel, It's really hard to change your path again without jumping into the original mangonel shot, or properly dodge that second mangonel shot as well. But yeah, from here he calls it. He knows he can't really do anything to stop this ball, and that's it. That's how you use the Arrowslit Towers into double TC semi-fast castle. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and you should try this out for yourself. I think it's a really great strat against English and French. Obviously, as mentioned before, English slightly different, with you're probably going to need some archers in age 2 to deal with the longbows. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you in the next one.